Yo, yo, yo. What up, Instagram? Welcome to Chatting with Zim. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Young Wolf, you're the first. Shout out, brother. Hey, today, guys, we got an amazing fucking show today. We got my boy, Turnt Kurt. If you guys haven't seen him, then you guys have been snoozing. So, make sure y'all go check him out. He's a Chi-Town native as well, so that's what's up. Let me get him on here real quick. Oh, cool. He's a Chicago native. Well, there he is, man.
Yo, what's good, Zim?
Hold on, brother. Hold on. It'll work if I connect it, man. You know what I'm saying? There we go. What up?
What's good, Zim? Can you hear me?
Shit, I hear you loud and clear, bro.
What's happening, homie? How you doing?
I don't know, man. Marijuana affects the brain, bro. I forgot to plug in the headphones, bro.
I'm with you, man. Sunday vibes, chilling, huh?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's what's good. I fucks with the Charizard hat.
Oh, thanks, bro. That's what I knew you like it, man.
Salute, man. I love it.
There you go, man. So, hey, bro. First of all, thanks for giving me some time, bro.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to it. I think it's really cool what you're doing with your shows and getting other artists interacting with each other. So when you told me about it, I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Cool, man. Yeah, man. So, like I said, guys, if you guys don't know already, Turnt Kurt right below on my screen there. You know, make sure you follow him. He's also entrepreneur, so he has his own apparel line, Cryptic Apparel, at Cryptic Apparel on Instagram here. So make sure you follow. Definitely make sure. There you go, man. That swag, that Chi-Town swag.
You gotta get the sleeves, man.
Yeah, man. So what's up, man? So let us know, man. How was your day? Let me go ahead and pin us up here on the bottom so people can go ahead and follow and let me know how your day was, bro.
Day was good. I did dry January where I wasn't drinking any booze, so haven't been going out too much because of that. So went out with some friends last night and got after it, and feeling the effects. No longer have my heavyweight title, so back to square one for drinking. But yeah, just laying low today, getting some shit done around the crib. Haven't had a lot of time to work on art this week, and that's something I like to carve out time for every week. So it's always tough, when you got a lot of ideas in your head and concepts that you're, I just need the time to sit down and do this. But I got a lot of good ideas, got some cool stuff that I'll be turning out lately. So yeah, and then yesterday I actually met with a pretty well-known Chicago designer. Her name's Anastasia Chatska.
And that's dope.
Yeah, she's owned a lot of apparel stores. We actually collabed on a Cryptic line together. This was part of her brand as well. We collabed, and we're going to start probably doing some cut and sew two-turn clothing lines soon. So really unique one-on-one type stuff. Some purple camo hoodies with like the Gengar on it, or all that kind of purple vibe, kind of that vaporwave type feel. So I've always just posted art to Instagram and Pinterest and stuff, but I think having it on apparel and kind of doing like a lifestyle brand would be really cool on the pop culture side. So
no, dude, I fully agree with that, bro, and big congrats on that, man. Making moves and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah.
So that's what it's about, really, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And yeah, dude, I mean, from your stuff, man, if you guys haven't followed already, I mean, your style, and we'll get into it right now, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start from the beginning, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll move quick too, cause you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let's see. I forgot to start the clock, bro. I'm telling you guys, man. It definitely affects the brain, so don't go there, guys.
No worries, man.
There we go. Cool. So, have you checked out any new movies lately? You a
New
fan of like the Harley Quinn and stuff?
Yeah, I saw Suicide Squad. I thought it was a cool, fresh universe. Um, but no, I have not seen Birds of Prey or anything like that. Have you?
Yeah, I checked it out the other day. It was
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Okay.
It was all right. You know what I'm saying? Better
Yeah.
than Suicide Squad, but
Really? Okay.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah. Like,
checked that.
sorry. Yeah, I saw the trailer and like I was like, I'll see this when it comes out on video or whatever. But it looks cool. I love DC Comics, so.
No, that's what's up. I saw that Sonic though, bro. That Sonic went hard though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I had to go support, man.
Yeah, that's tight. The last movie I saw in theaters was the new Star Wars movie. Definitely kind of took a break from a lot of the anime in like 90s inspiration for art and did a lot of Star Wars pieces. The Mandalorian was a huge inspiration.
That's
Um,
sick.
yeah, I love Wild West movies. Like I watch a lot of, spaghetti westerns and like Clint Eastwood, and so like to see that kind of translated to like that space vibe was super dope. And then I think I just saw the Joker. Honestly, a little late to
What?
the game. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So me and my girlfriend went to go see it, and like 3 weeks after it was released, and it was like sold out in Chicago. And we're like, what the hell? So we tried, and really dope movie that I also just saw is The Lighthouse with
Mm.
William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. Super cool, super creepy. So yeah, I kind of just bounce around, see what's streamable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You obviously you do any anime, man. Have you what type of anime you into right now, man?
Uh, to be honest, not really locked into anything currently. I've been flipping through some of the season one Dragon Ball on Hulu. It's crazy to think that that came out in '86, and we're kind of getting like vintage anime now, and as the years go by, the genre is kind of getting older and older. So it's cool to kind of go back and see what things were like, and they're still as fresh and current, visually as today, with some of the OG stuff. But Castlevania season 3 on Netflix is coming out, and that's going to be a huge one that I'm stoked about. Love like vampires, werewolves, a lot of cryptic, explore
Uh,
that gothic mythology, that European lore, ancient Egypt, the mummies, pyramids. So like,
uh,
I love it.
man, sorry to cut you off, bro, but you look young, bro. I'm 34, and I grew up with like all these spin-offs of, like Power Rangers back in the 90s and stuff. Do you remember a show called Mummies Alive?
Oh hell yeah!
All right. Hell yeah, dude. So there you go. Take some notes, man, for some later swag and shit,
Yeah,
from Turnt Kurt on that page, bro. That'll be dope.
yeah, I love Mummies Alive, and that would be a great collab for us in the future to
Hell yeah.
bang out some of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
What
Oh,
about
and
Beetleborgs? You
hell
know,
yeah. Hell
yeah,
yeah. Mess with the Beetleborgs, bro. I got some Beetleborg pieces in the books, man. So,
really?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
Right
gotta
on.
look at the beginning of my stuff, man. You'll
Okay,
definitely find one or two.
totally.
Yeah, dude. So, bro, take us back, bro, from the beginning. What got you into art, or and also let's try to include your apparel, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, did art lead you into that, or did you get into fashion and then get into the art scene?
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, always been into art since I was a young kid. Drawing. When trading cards, Pokemon cards were big. I'd cut out. I'd trace the card outline on paper. I'd get a ruler, do the box, and do my own cards. And I'd put like I put like Wolverine in there with the
Hell yeah.
Pokemon. So I was already kind of like mashing things up as like an early age. So just always loved drawing, would enter drawing competitions. And, you know, at one point I did have, you know, some chops to sketch and, you know, exclusively pen and paper and pencil, you know, growing up. And then it was when I was in high school, I took my first graphic design class, and I just fell in love with the digital world, like doing art on your computer, you know, Photoshop, Illustrator. So that just like opened the world of like a lot of those bright colors that you get on the computer screen, and, you know, always liked things that were bold and, you know, things like that. So at the same time that I learned Photoshop and Illustrator, you know, I was maybe a sophomore, junior. There's like an intro class, and then I took an advanced class my senior year, which was 2 periods every day of art, which, thinking back, what a better way to live your life than to go to school and do what you love to do and have that opportunity. Like, I really take it for granted, because a lot of these programs are getting cut, you know, budgets, or, you know, the creative stuff is getting axed. So it's really sad. But, you know, I started doing t-shirts. I was in a punk rock band, pop punk. So
Oh yeah, what you do? Play? You play an instrument, or lead singer, or what?
Yeah, drums. So I
Drums.
was a
Nice.
drummer. So grew up with like classic rock and punk, metal. So I would crank out t-shirts on my lunch period, and in the class, my teacher is super cool. Shout out Mr. Diorio, as I used to call him. He's so much, showed me the ropes, gave me the reins to kind of chase my dream, and gave me the keys to his shop after hours and stuff. So he supported me to pursue it. And, you know, I just sell t-shirts out of vans at shows on the south side of Chicago. And then those guys went to start their own band. They kind of did another band that's pretty well known in kind of the punk scene now. They do Warped Tour and a lot of festivals. They're called Knuckle Puck. So
Oh shit! Shout
you know,
out.
yeah, they're doing that stuff. And then I kind of wanted to take a little break from music and focus on you know, art, apparel. And, you know, I was really into death metal and a lot of that more, you know, dark gothic culture. In college, exclusively listened to metal. So my design aesthetic was very busy. It was very, you know, kind of that metal aesthetic, like early 2010 to kind of 14, 15, where there's like all those bright shirts, death metal, like all these really cool artists. So after that, I got really into hip hop. Roommates with CYT. Always, you know, started.
Oh, that's how you met him, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing, man, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You guys go back.
Yeah, so I was really into metal. He was into hip hop. You know, we chop it up, show each other music. So yeah, definitely got into the hip hop culture, and then streetwear. So then I started redesigning the Chicago Bulls logo as a zombie, and like the Hawks as a mummy, and getting more into that urban kind of, you know, streetwear vibe. And, you know, it's super cool. It's super refreshing back then. And, you know, now it's just so mainstream. You gotta, you know, really be unique. So with Cryptic in college, you know, the apparel idea was, I was doing a ton of reading on books and stuff like the alien phenomenon, like UFOs, like ancient aliens was pretty crazy at the time. And, you know, I kind of went down this rabbit hole of, you know, getting really interested in all that and archaeology, and you know, started, you know, learning about like the occult, and like I took a lot of classes on Christianity, philosophy. So I'm very intrigued by like world religions and you know, some of that trippy stuff. So that, you know, taking those images, hieroglyphics, Anubis, you know, all that dope, you know, Egyptian old school stuff, and then putting it on that street, you know, like we merge old and new together. Every shirt has a meaning. You know, this one's called Hound of God. There's this this German guy in the 1700s who was convicted of being a werewolf in his town, and everyone, kind of got their pitchforks and stuff, and said, no,
Burn them.
I'm actually being controlled by God and going to hell every night to battle Satan as a werewolf. And like you hear this legend, and you're like, the idea is like that could be like a movie, like this is a 17th century German, folk legend. Like I love all that old kind of creepy stuff, and taking those ideas, putting it on apparel. So yeah, that's kind of my story, and I do online advertising, Facebook, Gmail, YouTube, Google. So my goal is to one day just do art or apparel, chase that dream full time. But I definitely like my career now, and learning how businesses work online, and definitely gives you an edge for your own apparel and marketing yourself as a brand.
Yeah.
Creating Turnt as a personal brand was another big thing, where it was separate from my apparel, and I got to now play with fun colors, purples. Back here we got Deadpool, Predator, Darth Maul, Raven, Bulma, Bulbasaur, like all that stuff. You can't put, you can put it on apparel, but when I was younger, I was scared of about like copyrights and doing all that bootleg stuff. So this gave me its own avenue, but now all these designers are just doing the characters as bootlegs, and that's what the rappers want to wear. So I'm definitely ready to kind of reevaluate that. But yeah, that's it, and would love to kind of hear your story too.
Cool, man. I mean, shit, for me, it's gonna remain a mystery, my friend. This right now, it's about you. Nah.
I feel
No,
you.
no. But I mean, it's like honestly, it's I mean, if you wanna, we could go there.
For sure.
Joke DT says, do you have your own brick and mortar store
Uh,
for your clothes?
do not have our own brick and mortar. Definitely one day we want to kind of do like a vintage streetwear shop, have Cryptic the house brand in there, have like some new stuff. But we primarily partner with mom and pop shops in Chicago, Lakeview, Wicker Park, a lot of the different neighborhoods. We do the Art Fest, Wicker Park Fest, a lot of that, and mostly online sales, online e-commerce.
Dope. Yeah, man. Bro, it's like how you're branding and stuff. I'm gonna have to bother the fuck out of you later, bro, because I mean that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, absolutely, man.
So I
Always have
mean,
football.
yeah, thanks, bro. And I mean,
Oh,
so long story short, for you guys that don't know, if you guys haven't followed either me or Turnt Kurt down here, it's we collabed a couple times. The most recent one is it's pretty low key. I kind of release sneak peeks here and there as you have as well. But other collaborations was the Lord Dragon, the Power Rangers, which was about a year or two ago, and that was dope, dude. Had a fun time with that.
yeah, man. I always love your take on the characters, and you've got your own style, and of course, being a Chicago artist, that's one
Yeah,
of my struggles is really, finding people who are collaborative in Chicago, because it can be very guarded. People kind of have their guards up creatively. They don't want to share ideas and stuff, but there are good people, good artists like out here doing their thing, and it's like, yeah, man, let's collab, let's have fun, like expose each other's art. That's what
yeah,
it's about.
yeah. Thanks for that too, bro. And that's what I usually tell people. I used to Uber a while back, and I would meet people. I would meet like rappers and um, artists, writers, comic book writers, and dancers, and you name it, dude. I mean, if you're from Chicago and you have a small business, hit me up. If I could shout you out, get you more business, then more power to you. But and the reason I started doing that, because one time I had this passenger. He was a rapper from the ATL, and he was all like, "Hey, man, what's the difference between us and the rappers that you guys have in Chicago?" And I'm like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "Oh, it's that you guys all fend for yourselves, as opposed to where we're at. We all try to come up as one." And I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah,
you know?
Mhm. That's pretty wise. I tend to agree, man. I've been to LA for the first time recently to see what all the hype is about with fashion and underground rap, and it's a collaborative vibe out there, man. Like just going to other states across, America. Chicago is, kind of everyone out for themselves, but with a lot of big names in hip hop coming out of Chicago, at least we kind of have, some of that national spotlight as far as music and culture. Um,
Word.
we got to make it work.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I mean, as far as my story goes, bro, I'm 34. I've been drawing since I was like 10, 11. Um, I started getting like very good at my craft during like the high school years, and then after that, work. Long story short, I have a daughter. She's 8 years old. So she was born in 2011. So from 2011 to about 3 years ago, 2017, I took like a long hiatus. I did not pick up a pencil for shit, man.
Wow, really?
Yeah, bro. Um, After that, my brother's all like, "Hey, my brother, shout out to Nooses One. He's also on here. Uh, he's like, hey, bro, you got to do something with your talent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck it. I started some shit called Mr. Martin's Gallery on Facebook. Martin is my middle name.
Mhm.
And he's all like, nah, bro, that sounds like somebody like an 80-year-old person and shit, you know? He's, he's like, you got to get something catchy and get it going. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I used to write when I was younger. I used to tag and shit and everything.
Oh,
So
really? Okay,
yeah, so
cool.
it's like my name. I don't want to say it, but the my one of my friends would always like, "Hey, Zim Zimma," every time he'd see me, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, Zim Zimma, that sounds catchy," rolls off the tongue, and
Sure.
I definitely changed that around. Hit up social media, got my handles on everything, and slowly started building and just showing off my work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally, man. That's very cool, and it's cool that your brother was there to kind of give you that push creatively. My brother does music. Shout out to his band Vision in the Rhythm.
Oh,
Uh,
dope.
Coming up, some reggae music, some pretty dope stuff. They're at UIC, Loyola College Kids. I push him creatively. Tell him to, I taught him how to play, instrument, drums, led to bass, to guitar, to 12-string guitar. He's playing the Indian sitar. So it's really cool when you just give, someone just that little nudge and they just, run with
Hmm.
it. Kind of like what you did. You're out here every day working on art. Pretty cool to see.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm hoping you're not a father yet, bro. But being a father, having a full time career, and plus doing my passion. I mean, it's a big juggling scheme, bro. And you
Sure.
know, so long story short, with my work, I did this whole Instagram thing. I fell in love here as opposed to all the other outlets out there.
Totally.
Um, and then I started this thing a few months back in November of last year. So, it's just an idea. I'm like, hey, I don't see anything like this. This would be a cool idea. Let me fucking do it. And here we are, bro. You know what
Totally,
I mean?
man. That's what's up. And yeah, man, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, no family right now for me, but I can't imagine, finding that time and balancing, the time with your loved ones, and it's got to be tough. So like the fact that making it work, that's impressive.
Yeah, thanks, man. I try.
Yeah.
Aside from Instagram, bro, can we find you anywhere else? Any?
Um, to be honest, like I kind of agree with you. Kind of fell in love with the Instagram platform. Really cool way to just connect with other artists, exploring hashtags. And I like how it's about the art or about the content. On Instagram, it's not like you know, really you're there to focus on the content, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's better than a lot of the other platforms where Facebook, to me, around the election time, just got kind of hostile, and everything, people fighting each other in the comments, and it was like, I have better things to do. Like, I don't give a fuck, about this stuff. So I focus on art and Instagram, where all that kind of chatter and noise is not there, and it's pretty nice.
No,
I
yeah.
log my phone to look at art and content that I want, and don't have to worry about all these other people's shit popping up in my face. So I think social media itself, man, it's a balance. Like, I gotta detox sometimes. Like, I get into bad habits of checking your phones, getting addicted to likes and notifications, and as an artist, it's hard because the algorithm can really fuck with your confidence.
Oh yeah.
You put out content, last year that crushed it. You got tons of exposure, tons of likes, and you put out some of your best work now, and the algorithm changed, and you're hitting 25% of what you used to. So it's important to remember, like, it's not your work that is getting better or worse. It's the algorithm fucking with you, because your work's steady. It's you, right?
Yeah,
you're
for
putting
sure.
out yourself every time. Some ideas might be better than others, concepts, but Pinterest I'll post on. I'd love to start doing more video stuff like this. YouTube, TikTok is where it's at.
Oh yeah, that blew up like crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to learn about it. It is a Gen Z thing, so I'm a millennial, 28, so keeping up with the kids and what they're doing is really important. So creatively, I feel like TikTok and video content, more of your mobile content's going to be video. Everything's video related. So one thing I like to do is start documenting the design process, or recording the screen or something, because it's like, putting out pictures is cool, but if video is going to get you better exposure with the algorithm and better interactions, it makes sense to kind of get with the times. So
And that's actually a very, very good tip as well. I mean, are you guys listening out there? Chicago, USA? I heard some guy was in Israel here earlier. Shout outs from out there. So shout out back. Thank you
what
for.
up?
Yep, yep. So definitely go video in 2020, guys. You heard it here first. That's a secret.
Yeah, man, it's tricky. You gotta brand yourself, and getting your personal brand, like Turnt, nickname, started in college. I'd get real turned up, kind of, love to party and, have a good time, being like young and being cut loose, doing crazy stuff, and really big into like hip hop, Juicy J, Gucci Mane, all that, just like
Hell yeah.
trap rap. So I kind of came up with this persona that I tried to take some of my traits and translate it to my art, and have these characters, turning up and, drinking lean, or, smoking, blunt. It's funny, like, the characters grow up with you. Like, Pikachu's an adult now, like, drinking Hennessy. Like, it's like, he's not like 2 years old, like, when he first came out, like, these characters mature. It's funny to kind of put like hip hop culture, what we're seeing on social media and in our lives, and reflecting that through these characters we grew up with. And that's why I think like some of the artwork, kind of got a little bit of traction, and very niche following. I
Yeah.
niche, but I would rather have really dope followers who are niche and comment and support and talk to you. Like, I love talking to my followers, like trying to get to know people. Like, people have been rocking, with you on social media for years, like liking every single picture. Like, what support, like, you take these little things for granted. Like, you have an army of people like looking at what you're doing. Like, it makes you feel, good, influential. So yeah, man, it's all about that personal branding, figuring out what's the new trend, but also having that vibe that is always constant, putting a fresh twist on it, making your own brand consistent.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And you said, you said that you found your niche, and I was listening to a person called an artist called Melissa Falconer. She's on
Okay.
YouTube. So, and she gave out 5 steps, for a successful art business, and step 3 was definitely focus on your niche, and you found yours, which is
Hmm.
fucking hard to do sometimes. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Especially for like an artist like myself, who I bounce all over the place.
Yeah.
I see artists that do realism, or I see artists that do pure comic book work. I see others that do that chibi style shit. I'm all over the place. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man.
So
On that. And it's hard for me, and I was kind of telling and everyone who's watching, like, this is the first time me and Zim are like chopping it up IRL or online. We always been just
yeah,
commenting in the DMs, so it's good to talk to you. But
no,
you know,
likewise, bro.
yeah, we were talking. It's even my feed, like the aesthetic, like I'm very into Egyptian imagery where everything's symmetrical. It's very mathematic, like, pyramid pillars, like, so everything on my feed has to be balanced. I always post
Uh oh.
and tell a
So we
story.
stopped that
So like
balance.
I'll like right now I've been working on more of that just like anime chibi style, and then I'll wrap that up and start doing like photorealism, like in for Pokemon, like in Photoshop or something, or like photo manipulation. So I do get bored, to be honest. Like if I'm doing one style for too long, it gets stale, and I was like, I'm gonna do something 360. Like I tried doing some digital watercolors lately, just like you got to keep yourself interested. It's not only about like the people looking at your stuff. It's I do this for me, to push myself. So
Yeah, one of my personal favorites. Here it is. Well, what else do you want, man? The original Mighty Morphin and the OGs of Pokemon, dude. You can't get any better.
thank you, homie. Yeah, those were two big ones, man. I know you're a big Power Ranger guy, Pokemon guy, so always doing those mashups of cultures is always cool.
Yeah, for sure. For you guys that are missing out on this, man. You guys are sleeping. Now, as from all the art that you've been doing, is this stuff that wait? Let me. How should I ask it? First, so do you do commission work?
I have in the past. To be honest, I'm kind of picky just because my time is so limited creatively. So I only like to take on commissioned work that's like something cool and I'm into. I do get asked by a lot of kids and stuff to do like their album cover for their rap thing with their like huge face on it or something, and like that's cool, and like nothing against artists who are purely commission based, but this is more of like a personal project. But I like collabing. It's cool. You got email to send files, Dropbox. You got the DMs to communicate. That's more of like what I'm into, is partnering with artists, like, and that makes things interesting because like, oh, you sent me some dope line art, like, I'm not super great with my sketching chops, but my color's strong, so I can add color to your strong line art, and now it's very unique as opposed to either of us doing it separately. So that's one thing I do miss, however, is kind of losing a lot of my pen and paper chops because I'm so reliant on the mouse
Hmm.
and the pen tool. So that's something I would love to get back into one day, is just like get off the screens, and just like look at paper. And it's almost like therapy. Like I definitely missed that as a kid. No distractions. Linkin Park, playing on the radio, or grunge music, and you're just you're in your own little
Zoning
world.
out, yeah, zoning out, man.
Yep.
So, usually I ask commission artists if there's any pieces or anything that they've ever been, passed on because it was just too crazy. But since you do a lot of collaborations, man, is there anybody that you ever had to be like? I mean, you don't have to name names, but is there any time where you're like, I don't know about this dude?
I mean, it's tough. Like, if I just don't vibe with the art, like, and it's, someone who maybe, they only have like 3 posts and they're just starting and they want to like collab, like you kind of gotta, work your way up to work with artists who have kind of on your caliber level. But I mean, collabed with, like, I'll just collab with people and like it's like, oh my god, this person I collabed with, like I found out it's like an 11-year-old kid. you
Oh
know
shit!
like it's just like through social media and stuff and Instagram, it's like a lot of these people that I'm collabing with are like younger generation. It's cool because like they're the next generation. They know what's like to come up. And you
Yeah,
know working with artists of all age, like collabing with you, collabing with artists my age, like, and that's what hip hop's about, right? Like those
yeah,
OG
yeah.
rappers collabing with the new kids to ride that oncoming wave. And but yeah, man, I try to be nice. Like, I've definitely reached out to people that I kind of, fanboy over artists. And, you'd be surprised what a DM would get you. Like, a lot of artists I never thought would collab with me, they'll do it just because you reached out and they're like, what
Yeah.
do I have to lose? But
No, I actually, you're kind of right, man. I mean, I'm on the same boat now, so I got to reach out to these artists, sometimes that I've never even talked to, never even text, but I've been following for a few
yeah,
years.
yeah.
And it's like, hey, man, funny story. I got this podcast now. It's like, your art's great. Well, you willing to jump on and stuff, and most of them are great.
Yeah, man.
So
That's what's up.
definitely, if you don't speak, man, you're not gonna, nobody's gonna hear you.
Sure, sure. So yeah, man, it's a give and take. Like, I know I'm not ready to collab with artists, but certain artists, but I can work on getting there. And it's vice versa. It's putting, looking at people reaching out to you to collab. Like, oh, is their content all Pokemon? Because then, like, I'm tapping their audience, which is my audience. Like, it's a no-brainer to get more exposure. But if they're mostly posting pictures of like muscle cars that they work on and do a couple art posts, like, am I getting something out of, taking the time and, having, you got to analyze it as like, what are you getting and what are you giving them? Like, you both should be getting something out of
Yeah,
it.
the value of the collab
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah.
the focus should be fun. I'm not saying like it's all about like business, but being an artist, like if you want to grow and you got to be keeping like business, the algorithm kind of in your back pocket. But fun's the things. There's some ideas that I know they won't get a lot of likes because it's too weird or personal. But hey, it's fun
Yeah.
for me. So
No, and to your last point, it's funny because I did this one badass piece last year and they got like 80 likes. It was done for a client, and shout out to Nooses One again because he helped me on it. And the piece looked badass. It was a navy pier. It's on my board still, and it looks like oil painting. So
mm-hmm.
it's dope, dude. It's fucking huge. And I got like 80 likes, and then I posted some Pikachu, and that shit blew up. And I'm like,
Yeah. And the other thing is, just be careful with your hashtags because if you're doing too many or you're doing tags that don't the algorithm doesn't see as like relevant to your content, then you'll get shadow banned, which means like you'll never get impressions or eyeballs for that hashtag because you like abused it too much. And now you think you're gonna get plugged on like Chicago art, but if you're just posting weird shit, the algorithm will now like block you from that hashtag, and you might not even know. So, do you use the analytics on your profile? Do you have that feature?
I do have that feature, and yeah, I do from time to time. I do take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that, always staying on top of the algorithm is important. Trying new hashtags, even if you just copy and paste the same hashtags every post, it'll think it's a robot, So change the ordering, throw in 5 new ones, always experiment, and, try and think outside the box. Like, if you're doing art that's a lot of Marvel and, DC, you don't always have to do superhero tags or comics. Like, do like gamer art or like, nostalgia, or like try really broad things where there'll be a ton of exposure, and mix in your niche tags that are really close to your content. So I do a lot of SEO, search engine optimization. I do paid ads. So getting impressions, an impression on your work means 1 view, and then a click is higher weighted in the algorithm, or in this case, it would be a comment, or clicking to your profile. Every time someone saves one of your posts, or they send it with the airplane button as a message, the algorithm's like, oh, people are talking about this content. So getting saves, sends, and comments is more important than likes for getting more reach and exposure. But, the algorithm's changing every day. I could be totally wrong right now. It could have just updated an hour ago.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You got to experiment, man.
Definitely, man. And I honestly, I hope all you listeners are taking notes, man, because this is some real good shit here. You know what I'm saying? Meat and potatoes of marketing, man.
Sure.
So I mean, if you ever, all right, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I think my favorite superhero growing up, his name's Kurt Wagner, the Nightcrawler, OG.
Yeah.
I got a dark side. I got those days where, I like wearing all black, and there you go, what's up? So I would say teleportation, man. I think,
yeah.
And I don't know about like all the fanboy details of how his works, where like if he has to see through his view the actual point, or can he imagine it in his mind. But I would like to imagine it in my mind, like, if I close my eyes and I was like, I want to go to like the Amazon jungle and then like appear, like to defy time and space, I think would give you a really crazy perspective.
If you had one starter Pokemon, what would it be?
One,
it doesn't.
like
Yeah.
3 starters.
Just your first Pokemon, man.
Okay.
If somebody would give it to you, I don't care which one it is. It doesn't have to be an original starter.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, some of my favorites are Gengar and Haunter. So they're always homies. They're part of the brand. So of course, gotta give them some shouts.
There you go. Nice. Let's get into a little segment really quick, man. It's called Josh's Tools, where we talk about some of the tools that you use in your artwork, bro. Since you do go digital, man, do you do this on a PC or on some sort of tablet?
All Mac. So I got an iMac. I think it's and so I'm looking at my desk. It's 20 something inches. I was doing a lot. For years I was designing with my finger on a MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And I used a mouse, and it was really like I got so good at it because I was in college, and you'd be in the coffee shop or get out of your dorm room or whatever, and I was like, holy shit, I've not been using like a mouse, like what? Like,
yeah.
Idiot. Like, you've been kind of limiting yourself. So after I switched to using like a mouse, like a lot of my kind of like digital drawing chops, like angles got better and curves, and the finger thing was just like ridiculous. It's really funny.
Oh, shit.
I got a tablet that I occasionally use, Wacom or whatever, I don't know how you pronounce it. But I don't like it because you gotta look at your computer, but you're drawing, down here like this. So it's like,
yeah.
It's not like paper, so it's like kind of choppy, and I've never found something I like, I would be curious to get like a tablet now that technology is better with like the Adobe suite on like mobile devices and tablets where you can like trace over stuff. I think I'll jump on that one day, but for now it's Illustrator, which
Mhm.
is vector, so clean lines. You can blow those up infinitely, so you can make picture a haunter 500 feet by 500 feet on a building, and it will not be pixelated. So that's why you use Illustrator. All my line work, always Illustrator. Sometimes I'll fill in the color in Illustrator. I love gradients. They make things pop. Kind of like that old school Windows 95, like paint, like, that like kind of like that 80s like
Mhm.
Miami aesthetic. Like I only use really cool colors. Lately I've been being ballsy in the past year and introducing orange and like a little bit of red, but I always try and avoid yellow, orange, red. Those warm colors, they trigger different thoughts in your mind, but the color I've been really interested in lately is kind of this high visibility yellow, that kind of like neon green. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
very loud to use minimally to make things pop. And it's definitely like the neon's hot. All the artists are wearing it. I'm doing it for my fashion. So I like to have my characters repping like the latest drip, so
Yeah, yeah.
those those would be kind of like the software, the tools I use, and then kind of talking about like technique, color, and vectors, and a lot of the photo manipulation I do is all Photoshop. So finding like high quality renders or like PNG files, and then erasing them, changing the colors, smushing them, making it seem like a picture was taken on a camera, but it's actually 300 tiny pictures combined. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's using a different part of your brain than doing comic or anime, style art.
Mhm.
So
No, that's dope, dude. That's very very interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you definitely got a fresh taste on everything. For you guys who are, just tuning in or tuned in late or haven't even picked up on Turnt Kurt, make sure you guys check him out. Check out his art. It definitely stands out and it's fucking dope, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, your colors is what brought me in the first
thank,
place, and you
mhm.
know, and then after that, it's like the characters and the colors, dude. That was
Yeah,
it.
thank you, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always like hearing how people discovered the art, and people just rock with you. Like there's artists that I every time they post, I'm excited. I've seen them grow over the years. Really happy. Shout out to my buddy Sylphwave. Um, Really great Pokemon pixel artist. Started from the bottom, like really awesome ideas. We collabed, and now his pieces are getting so beautiful. He's getting so much exposure. Like to see like your homies like keep plugging away and finally just hit that escalation point, like it's really inspiring. So
Dope.
seeing you have success with having all the homies have success, like you got to build each other up, you got to push each other. Yeah, but pixel art is something like I'll sample little pieces of, but that would be something I would love to get into. But it can be very niche, but it can also be like really hot. So
Yeah, yeah. No, and that whole that whole vibe about seeing other people, just coming up. It's like I'm getting there slowly, man. But it's one of the reasons why we started something called Monsters Art Clan. It's shout out to them. I got some of the members in here. We're like 23 artists strong,
hell
and
yeah,
yeah, dude. All we do is just promote each other's work, and we use it as an outlet to sell and just it's promote ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So I gave you guys a follow. Kind of was following like what you guys were doing, but I definitely want to hear a little more. There's a couple artists that I followed through that group that are doing really dope stuff. So yeah, like walk me through kind of what that group's about and what you guys are doing.
So, I mean, long story short, the originator actually is coming on after you. It's
Hell yeah.
Bruce 13 Art, man. he was talking about how he wanted. I actually saw the episode earlier today. It was episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. It was his second appearance, and he was talking about how he wanted to get this art crew started.
Mhm.
And not too long after that, him, myself, and Chachi from the East Coast, Chachi Fat, he's been on here as well.
Mhm.
We collaborated, got the crew going, got the page going, set up some rules. And, there's an artist that we all, just click with. So we brought some artists on board. I brought Phalo Halo, Delatorre Comics. Shout out to Dizzy. These are all Illinois artists that are in the crew. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. That's what's
So
up.
so we are kind of like the Midwest chapter. You know what I'm saying? Bruce kind of handles the West Coast, and then we got Chachi Fed on the East Coast, along with like Jeezy, Street Siders on the West Coast. So many people out there, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I need a damn list now, man. Just to know.
yeah, man. I love it. It's like the Justice League, man. Getting
Yeah, yeah.
all the
It's pretty.
Chicago artists who kind of have that similar interest, and I love it, man. I'm all about collaborating like that.
So yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, we got a few other guys collab. We actually had a first art battle hosted by the site. Yeah, yeah. So we got, I think it was like some dude called 3 a.m. He's battled Chachi, and polls are still live, people. So go vote. It ends in exactly about 45 minutes. It ends.
That's beautiful, man. I love that. Very cool.
Man, and I'm gonna tell you like this, man. We're down to like the last 7 minutes. If I didn't have another interview to go to, man, I definitely have you on for a little bit longer.
Sure. Of
If you want, would you be willing to fucking do another episode? Maybe
course.
April. Let's do
Yeah,
April.
man. Let's do it. And yeah, man. I'm curious. Got a couple more minutes, and we'll have that hard stop. But yeah, I would love to do that. But also, like, always down to link IRL.
Oh yeah.
I did some art shows in, Wrigley and, different neighborhoods where I just have a Turnt booth, Street Fest. So I don't know if you ever do any like stuff, but, keep me in the loop,
I don't do any like street fest or street walks. It's something I want to do in 2020.
Mhm.
So with whatever time I have, if it's in my head, I start researching. And I mean, if you definitely know, I know some that I can't make it to in the city. Sometimes it's being hosted like on Thursdays,
Yeah.
and I just can't make it on Thursdays, man, and it's kind of
Yeah.
sucks for me.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, talk to your boys in your art clan and, get a booth. I'll throw in $50. Whatever, how many people you have, and now you got all your art exposed. You're handing out business cards. Your followers are going up. People at these art shows, they love supporting local art. The Graham Cracker Comics throughout Chicago. We just, they carry all the two-turn art. They carry Cryptic Apparel. It's all comic book fans. Pokemon. I go in there to buy my Pokemon cards. Like,
Nice.
it's that neighborhood feel. So we just shipped out art to Illinois State University, where I went to college, where they have a location. Like, things can spread, So I would say, like, if you guys are working together as a collective, like, split, because the booths can be pricey, but if you all throw X amount of dollars, and now you got different styles of art. I'm connected in the t-shirt space, the apparel. If you guys ever need help, branding apparel, t-shirts sell like hotcakes at these fests. People start drinking, and now with other things being legal, like the vibes, people are friendly. Things are summer, like, so yeah, man. Always like recommend getting off the phone and the computer. We kind of live in this world, but it's good to just like look around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, I'm making a note here for April, because we definitely gotta have you back, man. I mean, it's just so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like Like I was telling my brother, I want to get it to the point where I could do interviews daily and have, just like a green screen showing off you guys' work, and that's the goal and shit for me with the show here. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. I'll support it. I'll keep plugging you, keep sharing your art. Those like the Spawn, like you're putting out this shit that I'm like, is he doing this just for me? Like Spawn, like those characters that are like those dark ones that are just like,
Yeah.
you're always got a great variety.
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
You're always hitting everything, so keep doing it, bro. I love it.
Cool, man. At this time, we'll take a question or two real quick. Down to the last few minutes. If you guys have anything you guys want to ask our guests, to Turnt Kurt, and make sure you guys hit that cryptic apparel and go follow both of them. Don't worry about what's in them. Just go hit that follow, and that's it. You could go back to it later.
Thank you. Yeah, Chicago clothing brand. We
Definitely.
love Chicago people, artists. So yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, definitely. Chicago, we got to come up, guys.
Hell yeah, we will.
Fuck the West Coast. Nah, I'm just joking, Bruce. Don't beat my ass.
True.
I mean, anything else that you want to talk about real quick, man, or promote? The last few minutes we got going on.
Nah, man. I'd say big thanks for having me on. I tune into your live streams when I can, whether it's I'm on the bus home from work, or chilling on a Sunday. Like I love seeing what you're up to. So hey, man, I think it's gonna be good. Just keep doing it, and if you ever want to talk about like marketing, stuff like that, ways to build it into bigger, better brands, like keep growing. Like I'm here to help, man. So just keep doing art shit, man.
Thank you.
Life, That's all
Thank you, man. And honestly, this year we definitely gotta chill IRL. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm in the hood, so I'll be in the Chicago area for a while. So
cool. Yeah, I think I might start Ubering a little bit more and start it up again and shit. Take a ride out there. Get a spliff going or something.
Hell yeah, man. Hit me up.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude.
I do. All right, homie. I think I'll get you some time to set your next one up. And thanks so much, man. It's been fun.
Cool. Again, thanks again, bro. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. All the info. Hopefully you guys, this is not the last time, so make sure you guys come back in April and definitely check out the homie, Turnt Kurt, everybody.
Shout out to them. Guys,
Thank you.
The OG. All right, my man. Take it easy. Peace.
Thanks, brother. Peace. All right, guys. That's what's going on. Thanks again to a wonderful guest, Chi-Town native, Turnt Kurt. It's definitely pinned up on the bottom here for you guys that can't see. It's number 2, TURNT_KURT, Turnt Kurt. And check out his apparel line at Cryptic Apparel. That's CRYPTICAPPAREL. Cryptic Apparel. So definitely check him out. Big shout out to him. Thank you guys for joining. This is episode number 27. Also, just a quick, make sure you guys come back in about a half hour. We're going to have my boy, Bruce13.art on. Shout out to Monsters Art Clan. Make sure you guys go check them out. Keep following. Everything should be updated on the YouTube. So definitely go out there, like, subscribe, and just keep following it. That way, turn on your notifications so you can know when this show airs again, and you could definitely go ahead and tune in. It's 5 o'clock, Bruce, but we're gonna take a break right now, bro. It's about to be 7 in about a few seconds, but we'll come back to you guys. We'll come back to Bruce. We'll handle it out. Thank you guys for joining, and I guess that's time right there. See you guys. Episode number 27, Turnt Kurt. Go follow. Cryptic Apparel. Go follow. If you don't, you're snoozing. Peace.